everybody, Chris Lucier here from the Elm Wealth Management Group of Raymond James. Another interesting video for you today around the very important topic of protecting yourself from identity theft and cybersecurity in general. We've done a number of webinars and events about cybersecurity, a critically important topic nowadays. Please stay tuned for the next one. So when we have those, dial in and be a part of those because there's some great information shared. And today is a taste of that. So the reason for this is, as we all know, is with all the technology that's come out nowadays, we have unprecedented access to our financial accounts online, on our phones, all that fancy stuff. And while that's great, very useful at times, it can also present some new dangers, some ways that people can get a hold of our financial information and either try to become us or use our cards without us knowing, or just generally do bad things with information. So let's stay protected. And I'll give you a quick story before I dive in. Part of the reason that prompted me wanting to make this video is because recently I recognized in my recent transactions of my credit card that somebody had gained access to my information somehow, some way, through some sort of a breach, I'm sure, and tried to purchase a gas-powered scooter from an online store based out of Texas for about $1,800. And fortunately, I was in the car as a passenger. My wife and I were taking a drive, and I was scrolling through to make sure bills were paid and all that kind of stuff, and I saw a very sketchy purchase that I knew wasn't us. Was able to get everything resolved. But because of my diligence in keeping track of that and practicing what I preach, I was able to get that situation resolved very quickly and given the information to the police to follow up on the investigation and all of that. But I am now whole. So with that said, what are some things that we can do to help ourselves keep track of this information? Well, one, check your credit report and keep track of your accounts like I did, as I just explained. If you know where the money's going and you recognize your recent transactions, it's easy to see if something doesn't fit. So keep track of your spending. You can use an aggregator as a way to combine all your accounts and see the money flow at one central place. Those are great tools. And your credit report will show you whether new accounts have been opened in your name, and particularly if it wasn't you, that's the sort of information you want to keep track of. Number two is you can set up safeguards with your bank. Automatic notifications of overdrafts or large purchases or movements of money in or out of the accounts. Those are great tools to use, and they'll send them directly to you. So even if you're not able to keep track of yourself, someone is doing it for you automatically. Use privacy software, things like antivirus software on your laptops. And those are another way to get alerts and notifications if there's anything sketchy going on. The next one is recognize and be aware of phishing scams. And I'm not talking about the kind with bait and tackle and a pole to catch your dinner. I'm talking about bait and theft. A phishing scam is somebody who is trying to come across or send you maybe an email appearing like a legitimate authority, but they're not. And that could be something like an email saying, "Hi, this is John Doe from the IRS, and in order for us to file your tax return properly and get you a massive refund, we just need you to confirm a few minor details by responding to this email. Please include your social security number, your address, date of birth, name of your firstborn, and first model make of your car, and so on and so forth." All that sort of personal identifying information right through this convenient email here. Now, that would never happen because the IRS doesn't send emails. So it's important to know that kind of stuff and recognize when someone's trying to pull one over on you. So even if you've done all these other safeguards, if you get roped into one of those scams, then that's you directly giving your information to a fraudster. So let's avoid that. And lastly, report any fraudulent activity that you find immediately. As I told you, when I noticed the fraudulent purchase on my account, call the police, call the credit card company, get the process started immediately. Do not delay because time is on your side if you find it quickly. So find it, report it, make yourself whole. And aside from that, stay in touch with us. Let's keep the dialogue going to make sure there's any major updates, changes, anything like that, that we have the most current information on file, and so do you. So do all these different things. Protect yourself, keep track of your information. And if you have any questions or you want to be involved or have more resources for this sort of cybersecurity stuff, please reach out. We have a bunch of it, and we'll make sure that you're informed. Have a great day. Stay safe out there.